With the year coming to an end, we have so much pressure on ourselves to be this new version of ourselves. And when it hits January, everyone's like, new year, new me. And as amazing as that is, there's just way too much pressure to get it all done within 1 year. I'm proposing that we start working on ourselves right now. Now, the first place you want to start is with your mindset, because that sets the tone of how you behave, how you feel motivated to do things, and honestly, it holds you accountable to reaching your goals and to striving for the things that you do want to achieve in your life. There's something called a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. So you're probably wondering what's the difference between a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Now, someone with a fixed mindset might be very set in their ways. They don't believe that they can achieve something. They think that their habits and behaviors are not changeable, and they think that, they got it or they don't. These people tend to avoid conflict. Sometimes a fixed person might take feedback as an attack or take it personally. Now, let's talk about someone with a growth mindset. So someone with a growth mindset has the ability to think that they could do anything they put their mind to, that if they practice something that they can achieve and do better. Growth mindset people are able to solve and work through any problems that they have or any challenges. They're willing to do the work and to strive for more. When they see others succeed, it inspires them and it motivates them, versus a fixed mindset person might feel insecure, jealous, or just feel like that achievement isn't for them and it's not going to happen. But if you believe in yourself and you start obtaining a growth mindset, know that the success and the things that you strive for are within reach. One of the biggest things that I think we face is our old habits, our patterns, or our past. That's what creates our challenges for the future. We think we can't do certain things, or we're only stuck in a certain behavior because of our past. But the key to this is awareness. If you have awareness that you can overcome something, that you are having a limiting belief about yourself, maybe it stems from something else. For example, if you really struggle with driving and it's something that you're really scared about, think back and be aware of where this fear comes from. Is it from, a car accident that happened when you were really young? Did you witness someone get into a car accident? Or did you personally experience something that was very traumatic for you? We have to look at the root of our problem. We have to look at the deep-seated fear that is stuck within us. Always reflecting back to where our problems may stem from really helps us overcome things in the future. This is one of my favorite quotes. You're not stuck. You're just committed to certain patterns of behavior because they helped you in the past. Now, those behaviors have become more harmful than helpful. The reason why you can't move forward is because you can keep applying an old formula to a new level in your life. Change the formula to get a different result. So the idea is that as much as you want to strive for more and strive for greatness, you are holding yourself back by thinking about your past, thinking about certain habits or behaviors that's keeping you in this certain formula, in this way. There's something called human conditioning. Now, if you have a belief about yourself, let's say you feel like I am so disorganized, and you attach that to your personality, that is using a belief or a trait to describe who you are. But those are just behaviors. Those are just conditions that you've developed. It doesn't mean that those define you. It means that those are just habits that you can overcome and that you can change. So that's shifting your mindset. That's believing that you're capable of unconditioning yourself to believing that, one, you're disorganized, and two, that you only do disorganizing things, that your room is really messy, your car is messy, or that you're just all over the place. You get to define how you are. You tell yourself the story. You are the narrator of your life. If you decide that you're confident, you're strong, and you're capable, and you're organized, and you're all these amazing things, you will believe it. The first thing that you can do is really shift and focus on your mindset, whether that's through affirmations or journaling, or really focusing on taking little action steps that'll help you grow as a person. Anytime you hear yourself saying that I'm not worthy, or I'm not enough, or I'm not doing enough, or comparing yourself to other people, stop yourself, be aware, and say, I am capable. And maybe this deep-seated fear or this insecurity is stemming from something else. So tackle that first. Think about where these emotions are coming from, where are these feelings coming from, so that you can overcome that feeling. A very common challenge that people face when working on your mindset is negative thoughts or overthinking. So, anytime you have a negative thought, I want you to challenge it and ask yourself, is this based on an assumption? Is it from my past? Is it something that I can work on to improve? Really challenge those thoughts and ask yourself, where is it coming from? And it really helps you understand yourself better and understand your emotions and feelings, and figuring out where they root from. You can replace these negative thoughts with more realistic or positive thoughts. And like I've mentioned in a previous video, for every negative thought, I want you to challenge it with 3 positive thoughts. And it's really important to think about how you can learn from your challenges. Anything that you faced in your life thus far, write about all the things that you've overcome. I almost want you to make like an accomplishment list or a challenge list. How did you overcome a certain obstacle? How did you face your traumas? How did you face things you were scared of? How did you face anything that really hurt you? Something that you have faced and you have overcome, that is a strength, and that is something that needs to be celebrated and acknowledged. So whether you're journaling about it, sharing it with others, sharing with your friends or family, you have to celebrate your wins. It's very easy to focus on the failures. It's easy to think 1 step forward, 3 steps back. As an entrepreneur, I've been thinking that, okay, great, I'm feeling 1 step forward, but then 3 steps back because, I started facing so many challenges. And I just knew that that wasn't healthy for my mindset. I was setting myself up for failure because I'm thinking, okay, I'm always going to progress forward and then I have all these setbacks. But why would I want to think that of myself? Why would I want to think that about my business or even for my own personal well being? These challenges are not holding you back, they're actually moving you forward. They're lessons so that you can continue on with your journey and that you can feel like you're progressing. And I want you to think about your mindset and how your environment plays a huge role in how you behave. Like, do you have a really good group of friends or family that you can count on? Do you feel like there's a good environment around you, or even the environment that you create within your mind? It's really important that if you don't feel positive, if you don't feel like you're going through the emotions, you're really feeling each one and working through them, then you're not going to be able to move forward because you're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel stuck in your emotions and you're going to feel not enough, and it's hard to feel positive. I'm not saying I'm positive all the time, 24/7. I have my moments of feeling low, of feeling upset or disappointed. Like, we all go through different emotions and you have to feel them. But there's a turnaround point. There's this thing that I read in a book where it's saying we actually only experience our emotions for 30 seconds. And then after that, whatever we apply to those emotions, whatever we say, like, for example, I'm feeling angry, that emotion technically should pass within 30 seconds. But once we start giving reasons to those emotions, we start thinking, well, I'm angry because this person didn't pay me back, and I'm angry because this person never called me back. And there's just all these reasons that we apply to why we're feeling the emotion of anger. We end up staying in that state so much longer. So if you really think about it, we have the ability to move through our emotions. So if you want to feel positive, you just say, I'm ready to feel positive. I'm ready to feel happy. I'm ready to turn around these feelings so that you can start feeling those emotions and feeling joy and feeling gratitude and happiness. We have the ability, we get to choose happiness. When we start to feel a negative emotion, we tend to go in a downward spiral. But I want you to stay into an upward spiral. Using this metaphor will help you navigate your negative and positive emotions. Let's say you got some news and all of a sudden it throws your plans and now you're feeling worried and stressed. Now you would naturally go into a downward spiral. You would start to think about all the ways this person normally lets you down or how nothing works out for you. And usually our thoughts are a factor into allowing us to go into the downward spiral. But if you could just stop and pinpoint that pain point and think, before you start to think all those negative thoughts and you start to spiral, you have to tell your mind, everything's going to be okay, I can handle this, it's going to work out. And you have to give yourself logical reasons of why it can work out. And even if you have to discuss it with someone, if you have to write about it, if you have to physically coach yourself to remind yourself that it's going to be okay, to get yourself back up to that upward spiral. Hold that image in your mind. Anytime you're about to go through in a negative emotion, and you really want to stop yourself from getting way down to the bottom, of feeling really, really low very quickly, then you have to be aware, hold that feeling, and start raising yourself back into going to an upward spiral. Now, if you're dealing with something like grief, that's not what I'm talking about. That's something that's definitely going to put you in a downward spiral. It's going to be something you have to really work through, and it could take weeks or months or years. But I'm talking about in those moments when you're feeling like in a full day, you go through emotions of really happy, then you're really sad, really angry, and then you're feeling lost. If you're going through so many emotions, whether it's negative or positive, you're consistently going through an upward and downward spiral. And if you want to stay in the center, you have to constantly work on your mindset and talk yourself through these emotions that are allowing you to go up or down. Another great tip is to start reading helpful material, like reading self-help books, self-growth, development type books, articles, blogs, and sharing that with your friends and family, talking about the things that you've learned or discussing ways that you can grow as a person with a coach or a therapist. Really working on your mindset is key, and feeding your mind and nourishing it with new information, new knowledge, new ways of how you can create self-awareness and mindfulness. There's a lot of information out there of how to exercise, how to move your body, how to eat the right foods and really take care of it. But I feel like a lot of what is missing is really focusing on your mindset. That is key to doing well in anything in your life, whether it's your career, your relationships, or your health. There's a theory called the Broaden and Build theory. The more we feel happiness and joy, the more we create more of it. The idea is that the more positive emotions we experience, the happier we become. If we start to feel more emotions like joy, love, contentment, and happiness, we broaden ourselves and we start to want more. We start to put action into our passions. We start to develop more physical, mental, and social resources and really want to expand our horizons, therefore creating more positive emotions. Now, I know it's easier said than done. It's easy for me to sit here and be like, be joyful, be happy, and you may not be feeling those emotions, and that's okay. But if you could just think of something that you're grateful for, if there's something that you can start doing, like an activity or something you can incorporate into your morning or evening routine that brings you joy, that can help really ignite the spark in you. Sometimes life can feel boring, and that's completely normal. But if you're not enjoying life, if you're not waking up each morning and feeling gratitude and joy, then you need to find that. You need to shift your mindset. And it takes time. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. So today's task is you're going to grab a journal, grab a piece of paper, or type out an entire page of how you wish to envision yourself for 2024. And you're going to start now, because the pressure is on as soon as it hits January. But these habits and these mindset shifts can start now. For your homework, you're going to write everything that you believe about yourself, whether it's positive or it's negative. You're going to write your values, your beliefs, how you wish to see yourself, whether it's how you see yourself right now, again, positive or negative. And you're just going to self-reflect on who you are, whether it's things that you like or things you don't like, things you wish to change, things you wish to improve on, especially when it comes to your mindset. You can write all the positive and negatives in one piece of paper. That way we can start to delegate and circle, maybe highlight certain areas that you wish to work on. Remember, this is going to take time. There's stepping stones, there's building blocks here. Know that you're committed to making yourself more confident, more sure of yourself, and truly fall in love with yourself and with your life. Take the time to really self-reflect. Think about the things that you want, the goals that you want, and maybe even break those down into smaller categories. In the description box, I'm going to leave some journaling prompts for you and some self-reflection questions so that you can really think about who you want to be and be someone that you're proud of and live a life with love and purpose. I'm going to leave you with some reminders that I've written out for you. Keep the following in mind. Stop caring what people think about you. Stop thinking you aren't capable of achieving your desired life goals. Don't let others define you. Don't limit your beliefs and outcomes. Stop trying to people please. Accept yourself for who you are and who you want to be. What matters most is your health, your happiness, and your overall lifestyle. Make time for the things that matter to you most. Live in the present moment and do not worry about the future. always want more for your life, more growth, more development, and more positivity. I believe in you, so let's work on your mindset together. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments and I'd be happy to elaborate more or put it into another video. Until next time, bye for now.